Hi, welcome to lessonswithtroy.com. I'm Troy Brenningmeyer. Well, this week's lesson is Weissenborn Basics, volume number 2. And in this one, we're learning our first 2 songs on Weissenborn. So we're taking the fundamentals that we learned in volume 1 and now immediately applying them to learning our first 2 songs on the Weissenborn. So these songs are Amazing Grace, looks like this. And we're in the key of D, we're in open D tuning, and as you can tell there, we're in 3/4 time, so 3/4 time. And also a fairly simple version of Canon in D, looks like this. Okay, in the future, I'm going to be putting out a more complex version of Canon in D, but this will get you started. I didn't want to overcomplicate either one of these 2 tunes because I just wanted to keep it simple so that you're not overwhelmed and you can immediately start making music on the Weissenborn and start applying some of these techniques and fundamentals to music, to actually making music and playing some songs. So if you're ready, go and print out your tablature and set it on a stand in front of you, and we'll get going here with Weissenborn Basics, volume number 2, your first 2 songs on Weissenborn. Let's get going. Okay, well, let's start off learning Amazing Grace. Remember, we're in the key of D, we're in open D tuning, D, A, D, F sharp, A, D, and we're in 3/4 time. So this first phrase will start right on beat 3, so the last beat of measure 1 for a little pickup note, and we're going to play measures 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for this first phrase. It sounds like this. I'll count you off. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, we'll just stop there. Okay, real simple. We're starting with our middle finger on our 2nd string, and that's going to be open. Okay, then we're going to do a pluck on our 6th, 2nd, and 1st string. But what I'm doing there, and I'll do this in a lot of my arrangements, is just kind of roll thumb, index, middle, 6th string, 2nd string, 1st string. And I'm kind of filling in the space then with an open 4th string on beat 2. I'll do that a lot in this arrangement. So 1, 2. Okay, now your bar for that last beat of measure 2 there will be on your 1st string, and you got it tilted up, so just the tip of your bar is hitting your 4th fret, 1st string. Take your middle finger on your right hand, and you're just going to slide it from 4 down to 2, and then pull it off at an angle. Rhythmically, that's a triplet, 8th note triplet. Triplet. So we got 3, 1, 2. Triplet. Okay, then in measure 3, you're going to pluck your 6th string and your 1st string together, and you're going to slide from 2 to 4 on your 1st string. Now when you get to your 4th fret, this isn't written in the tablature, but first of all, try to get that as in tune as you possibly can. All these notes really, but that one will definitely stand out. And then if you can, put some vibrato on that. Now we haven't really talked a lot about vibrato, but basically how I do it is I have a little bit of space between my ring finger and my bar, let's say, on my left hand. And I just move that back and forth, and I try to move it slowly and can have some control to it. You don't want it too fast, your vibrato. So just experiment with speeds and see what you want. A faster vibrato doesn't sound as relaxed, but it can sound kind of bluesy and cool. Okay, so just remember, keep that in tune, have your bar tilted up, just the tip of your bar, and with all of these, make sure, first of all, your Weissenborn's in tune as you can get it. And mine I tuned up right before the lesson, so it should be pretty close. And when you're sliding into these notes, don't push down too hard on your string, or you'll get that note out of tune. Just a real light touch on each string. And then once again, you do an open 4th string on beat 2. And now we're going to go in between our 1st and 3rd string, right there on our 2nd string, tip of your bar, 2nd string, 7th fret with your middle finger on your right hand. And you're just going to slide from 7 down to 5, and then take your thumb on your right hand and strum all of your strings and have your bar pulled back so you get an open 1st string. Now that open 1st string is really good because it will kind of keep you honest about your intonation, your tuning. Right, so try to keep that in tune and even put some vibrato on that whole chord, just a little bit. Now your tone and your unique sound will probably come out with your intonation mixed with your vibrato. So really pay attention to what kind of vibrato you can get there. Okay, and then on beat 3 there of measure 4, and that's my G chord too, by the way. I'm just grabbing my 5th, 4th, and 3rd string on my 5th fret with my thumb, index, and middle, and then moving right on to measure 5 with an open 6th, 3rd, and 2nd string, and I roll that. Just adds a little ornamentation to it. Open 4th string, open 2nd string. And that's the end of our phrase there, our first phrase. Okay. One more time, then we'll move on. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. let's go ahead and move on to our next phrase now.